For about half of the NFL season, it seems like we've been having a conversation about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, the Baltimore Ravens quarterback and the Buffalo Bills quarterback, about who deserves to win the most valuable player. And of course, that was spun into a racial narrative by the woke mainstream media, as they always do. But it seemed very fitting that with all this buildup, all this lead up, all these arguments about these two players on their respective teams, that would all come down to a head-to-head matchup between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And of course, since the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's team, had a better regular season, they got to host the home playoff head-to-head matchup, and it ended very well for Buffalo Bills fans. All the arguments about MVP, none of that matters to either of these teams really anymore, because one of them is going home, that is the Baltimore Ravens, and one of them is advancing on to face the Kansas City Chiefs once again in the AFC Championship game, and that is Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. 27-25 is the final. And the Ravens drove down the field with less than 2 minutes left, scored a touchdown, needed a 2-point conversion to tie it. And to Lamar Jackson's credit, who had a couple mistakes in this game, a turnover and a fumble that was lost that resulted in easy points for Buffalo, he threw a good pass. Mark Andrews kind of slipped a little on the snow and dropped it, and that was all she wrote. 25-27. You can see Lamar Jackson does have that interception. Josh Allen, they weren't asked to do a whole lot through the air. They tried to control the ball. They tried to run the clock. I think they held the ball for about 32 minutes in this game. Josh Allen did have 2 short rushing touchdowns in the first half, and at halftime, this was all Buffalo Bills. 21-10. At the end of the first half, and the Ravens, like I said, they made a game of it at the end, holding Buffalo to a field goal to keep the game within 8 in the fourth quarter, getting the ball back, driving down the field, scoring that touchdown they needed, but didn't come through with that 2-point conversion. And it does continue, a history in the place. Everything's amped up in the playoffs, right? We have just witnessed, we witnessed Jared Goff have a fucking meltdown for the Lions. We witnessed Sam Darnold absolutely melt down with the Vikings in that game. And of course, it's not just those guys, the whole team, whatever. But still, this is where the pressure's amped up. This is where mistakes often get amplified. And Lamar Jackson in the playoffs has a tendency to have these multi-turnover games. And Mark Andrews also had a very critical fumble in the second half as the Ravens were driving that gave the Buffalo Bills the ball back. But this is all she wrote. All the talk about these two guys, all the talk about the MVP, all the talk about these two teams, and it was fitting that it came down to this head-to-head matchup. Josh Allen not exactly asked to play hero ball in this game because they did have control from so early on, but now we're headed to the rematch that I wanted to see. We know that the Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season. We know that playoff game between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, the reason they changed the overtime rules. And I think a lot of people are hoping to see another instant classic again when these two face off. What do you guys think about this? Did you watch the game? What did you think about the snow? Certainly the snow not as heavy as it was in that Eagles-Rams game earlier today, but still, you love seeing a little bit of weather involved in these games. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.